Greetings and salutations, Earthlings. Make sure this is correct. Okay. How is everybody? I have a runny nose. That sucks. But I'm going to do a random reading for someone. I'm Zube, by the way. If you are interested in a personal reading, my information is down below. Do this one. I do tarot or astrology. For a general reading, everything may not apply. If this reading isn't for you, you'll know I usually feel it. I'm like right away, I'll be like, yeah, not for me. It could be going on around you when you're sort of listening to it. It could be that somebody around you or you're playing another part in whatever I end up describing. So also, if you see like a symbol or if anything in the reading, a number, an animal, a scene on a card inspires like a thought to pop into your head, take that into account. That's significant because when I'm doing this, I'm setting the intention that because you're watching this on YouTube, that the reading has like something that really resonates with you personally, right? Something from your guides. And don't mind my sniffles. All right. So for the internal card, this represents the person I'm reading for. Again, unless you're playing another part in this. Justice. So we might be seeking justice, wanting something to come into balance, feeling unfairly treated. This is a desire for justice or an expectation or a hope for things to come into balance. Looking in the mirror, we might be looking in the mirror, doing shadow work, wondering what makes us tick. How did we get ourselves into the situation that we're in? What have we done? Right? Because we always play a part in whatever situation that we're in. Yeah, I'm getting shadow work from this card. Facing down our own shadow, which is really the best way to find justice, right? Internally. I practice this thing called radical acceptance. Radical responsibility, like even things that arguably people would be like, that's not your responsibility. But on a soul level, I accept responsibility for it. And I'm like, for some reason, I wanted to experience this. What would that reason be? Why would I do that? And that way it gives me a way to proceed without like it gives me agency over how I respond and what I do. Okay. If I accept on a soul level, even though I might be unconscious of why I would be in a situation that I'm not happy about being in, I can move forward feeling more empowered. if I accept responsibility for it. On the external, we have the Four of Cups. And the Four of Cups, okay, so she is sitting here, right? And she has these three cups right here. And then over here, she's not looking this way, but like there's a rainbow going into this other cup that she's not looking at. The Four of Cups symbolizes something coming in when we're not looking. It can also mean missing something or like losing an opportunity because we're so focused on what we're looking at. And we're focused and dissatisfied with what's in front of us, and we're trying to make it into something different, or like, I really wish these three bowls over here were filled, but in the meantime, this bowl over here is filling up. And this one came out with the Knight of Swords behind it. The Knight of Swords that's action, that thing's happening really quickly. That's something, sometimes the Knight of Swords can be a hard card to experience because the swords can be cutting, their swords. So it could be, but I'm getting a quickness from this one. There's a reason that I pulled this deck, right? Like I always ask what deck wants to come out for whatever reading. And I was sitting here and I got the message to do a reading from my brain, or not my brain, but whatever. And this one is like, he is running to his motorcycle. He's got like his arrows on his back. He's just ready to go. So maybe on the inside, it's like we're looking at ourselves, and we also, justice on the outside is great as well, things being in balance. But I kind of get this as like maybe someone even comes in to kind of save the day in a situation, somebody unexpected that changes, like that helps rebalance whatever scales it is that you're trying to get into balance. Or if this doesn't even have to be a person, it can just be an energy of like spirit swiftly coming in and holy shit, look there's a fucking rainbow in this bowl over here. And I was, daydreaming about how I wish these bowls had not even a rainbow, just whatever, regular old shit. And then you end up with a bowl that has beautiful rainbow energy in it over there. I might have to pause this in a second to get a tissue. As spirit sees it, we have the Two of Wands, and Two of Wands are fire. That's action, movement, passion, creativity, the spiritual journey. There's a globe here. Twos are always about choices. So she's looking out the window, wondering where should I go? And the globe here kind of symbolizes like, where in the world do I want to be? I gotta pause this. Okay, I blew my nose. While I was blowing my nose, I was looking at the cards and I saw this. On the internal, we have this, right? So we're inside, we're looking at ourselves, we're reflecting on how we got ourselves into whatever situation that it is that we're into right now. And then as God sees it, or as spirit sees it, we have the Two of Wands, right? So, oh, wow. Okay, yep. We have to make a decision, like we have to move. We've got to make a choice. It's and she is sitting here like wishing that these cups would fill up, but we've got to move. We have to move in some sort of a direction. We have to create like ripples for things to change. This is almost like maybe we're dwelling, and you're gonna have to feel into yourself whether like how this card means for you. That's what happens when you watch cards on YouTube. Like, I'm not going to tell you some shit is 100% going to happen, or this is exactly where you are, but I wouldn't even do that in a regular reading. Like, you're doing your reading, that's my deal. We do it together, but it's you gotta feel it within you. But it could be that there is a need to look at our place in the situation that we're in, But it could also be that it's time to stop like dwelling on this and make a choice, make a decision. Like maybe we're waiting on something we have an attachment to or an expectation of before we make movement, but the movement has to happen first. Yeah, it's like here we've got her, she's looking over here, but over here, if you move, if you take action, then space will be created and things will happen. I just keep seeing water like sloshing around. If the water is just sitting there, um, everything is calm and peaceful and we're just staring at ourselves, you know? But in order to, it's almost like go with your heart. That is the one thing. I said all the twos are choices. The two of wands, the wands is fire energy. That's our heart space. So we want to make a decision that our heart feels, even if it doesn't line up with what our head thinks, right? Let's see. I'm going to get some advice cards. 3 advice. Yeah. Okay. So 7 of Cups, that's like disillusionment, being in a fog, not thinking clearly. For coming out for advice, this is don't delude yourself. It's also kind of a warning of, you know, if you get high a lot or go out drinking a lot, don't put anything in between you and clarity. That's what it is. Don't like, don't escape. This is like, this can be escapism. He's an indecision. Like he's trying to figure out which bowl has the coolest shit under it. But like, there's a bunch of cloud. It's just hazy. It's hazy out. So you're going to have to go with what you feel most emotionally connected to. That's what the cups represent, is our emotions. But yeah, I'm getting that as like a don't get fucked up. Don't put anything in between yourself and the possibility of clarity. Try to take some quiet time alone, even if it's a few minutes. I know a lot of people think they can't be alone with their head. That's something worth working on. It doesn't mean you have to sit and go or no techniques or whatever, but just sitting in quiet contemplation and seeing what comes up. That's helpful here with this too. And it's sometimes fucking uncomfortable, but you know what? It works out better for your head in the long run. 3 of Pentacles. This is co-creating with other people. So maybe we feel alone. I keep getting disrupted. I'm gonna have to put this on pause a second. That's interesting. I'm back. Discard 2. There's just a lot going on. In everyone's life, always, forever and ever, amen. But especially recently, there's just a lot going on. I'm super weird. And so I think we're like ass ending. We're growing and evolving globally. And so there's a lot of stuff coming up for healing. So take each thing as it comes up and do the best you can. However, this is the cool thing. I was saying this card is co-creating, right? The 3 of Pentacles. So they're like building something. Pentacles are earth energy. Make sure that we don't spend so much time paralyzed is kind of what came to me, like paralyzed by all of the things that are coming up. Cry it out, clear them, ruminate on them, contemplate on them, and then move on, right? But make sure that instead of just dealing with everything that's popping up right in our face, that we are proactively creating things, right? That's what spirit wants us to do, is this two of swords. It's also a decision. That's it. The two of swords would be a decision of the mind, like it's a choice in the mind, but we want to move forward, always following our heart. And then strength. This is funny too, because it's the card for Leo and we are in Leo season. But this is being strong through grace, right? It's not strong arming things. It's not control and manipulation. It's not making shit happen. And we can do that in the weirdest of ways. Um, I'm trying to think of examples, but in my own life, I'll be like, yeah, I've let go of control of that. But then I realize I'm trying to have conversations, excuse me, that make that happen. Hiccups. I ate a sandwich, and feed yourself, take care of yourself, right? Life is just going to be like this. There's a lot going on. I don't even drink and I'm in a fog. Or smoke pot or do drugs or anything. I'm sober. But yeah, it like just one foot in front of the other. Take care of yourself, take care of each other. Don't get lost in all of this emotional stuff. Make sure that we're like that you are creating. And even if it's putting a seed out here, putting a seed out there, you never know what seeds are going to grow. I know what I was saying. I'll be no control and manipulation. And then I'll be doing things like having a conversation or thinking in my head, like, whoa, it would look better if I did this or if it, and I realize that I am still trying to like control a situation, and that's not necessarily a bad thing, but what we are learning right now is trust, right? Trust in the divine. It doesn't mean that you don't take action, but the action that you take has got to come from your heart, not your head. Let me do a couple. And I'm going to tell you that all day, every day. um, Wait, take time to think about the matter at hand. Don't be tempted to rush. Here's what I like about that. Okay. She's looking out and the wands are also imagination. So she's creating possibilities and choosing the direction that she wants to go by like imagining, well, what about this? What about that? What about that? But she's not moving just yet. She's really with her imagination creating possible futures, right? But like ask for more than you think is possible. Because this one is it's too soon to tell. There's a fog that needs to be cleared, even if it's not us fogging up ourselves. Um, Work with others. A lot of people are starting to have connections fall away, but other connections are being made, right? And then strength through grace, not forcing things, not manipulating them. And I'm looking at this girl too, and this Knight of Swords. It's like while she's contemplating over here, the rainbow is still filling that cup up, and this is somebody or some energy like rushing in quickly to come to her aid, almost like to offer this cup with like a new offer. The universe might like sideswipe you with some awesome thing. So right now we are in this waiting, trusting energy. It's just not to get lost in ourselves and trust that the universe will restore balance. One more. I don't even know how long this has been. So moving forward, let's get a will, waxing gibbous, number 13. Let me pull another one, moving forward, looking at our self-will. For this one, it's like we can will things into being. I also just got, it will happen, right? Like whatever will happen, will happen. But it like examining our intentions. Yes, examining our intentions, our attachments behind willing certain things to happen. What is meant to be will be. Sovereignty, honoring your own personal sovereignty. Yes, don't don't get run over by others. So we want to co-create with others, right? But they're working together. Follow your own heart and then proceed forward. And the people who are meant to be around you will be around you. So we have that for will, because then we also have sovereignty. So this is really about honoring yourself. And every tarot, except for this one where it says to co-create with others, is like a lone person, just one person. So this journey is about being sovereign in and of yourself, and then finding the people who can work with you in that energy. This isn't about giving up your sovereignty or ceding your will to what someone else wants. And the other thing is faith, because something is birthing. It feels good. It's like, hurry up, just wait. The universe is going to deliver the goods. That just came in. Balance will be restored. We're learning patience. We're learning to stay clear-headed. We're learning to heal things as they come up. You know, don't suppress or ignore things, but don't dwell on them either, you know. But if something pops up, then you handle it. But just make sure that we don't stay in this reactive place where we're like, psh, psh, you know, trying to bat everything off. It's like move forward, doing things, and then be like, oh, that needs, you know, hit from the side. Don't go like this, because you'll get stuck down there. You can always get back up. But anyway, I gotta go. I hope you have a great day on Earth. Thanks for stopping by. Peace. Namaste.